Alright, without further ado, here in the top left-hand corner of the map, playing as the Blue Terran Pieces. Keep it up from Team Envy. It is MARU. And in the bottom right, in the red, playing as the Zerg Pieces. From Go Esports, it is ELAZER. Alright, so TVZ. ELAZER versus MARU, sure to be a good one. Both of these players never fail to surprise. And already here in game number 1, we do have 2 barracks coming out here from MARU, doing a proxy barracks play. Now, he doesn't have any gas at the moment, so definitely going to be going into more of a marine opening. I guess he could go maybe into double reactor and maybe go into some kind of Reaper play, but definitely going gasless, looking to be more into the Marines. And this could be definitely very scary, but actually really nice play here from ELAZER. We'll be able to scout it in time, automatically going to be sending across a whole bunch of those drones. Looking to be getting some damage done, or at least try to delay this as much as possible. Now, one of the barracks does finish. We'll see if the second one can finish, as they are attacking the SCV, trying to make it, but it looks like it's going to finish just in time as the Marines do start coming through. SCVs will be making their way back, as again the drones going to try to stop as much of this as possible. If ELAZER can keep the Marine count low, we will see him continue to kind of hold this, right? It's going to allow him to get some queens at home. His spawning pool's just not finishing up, so he needs that extra time to be able to get lings, be able to get some kind of defense at home. So far, a brilliant start here from ELAZER. Now, can he keep that up? The drone's going to be going around in a circle, basically, as we do see more and more Marines coming across, and it looks like now MARU going to be coming through to try to put some pressure. Now, does he actually make a barracks, or a bunker, excuse me? I don't think so. I mean, that's the ultimate thing, right? But it looks like for the time being, MARU just going to go ahead and try to kill off some overlords, maybe try to deal some damage if he can. But by this time, there's already queens out, there's already lings. He has everything that he needs to defend, so MARU will have a tough time doing this. Even the Link's going to start trying to kill off some of the reinforcements. Actually doesn't get the Marine, though. And that's going to be a big crucial thing. Now, barracks are going to go ahead and return him back home, as at home we already have the factory done. He's got a reactor on it, and we should be seeing, there it is, the expansion coming through. MARU going to be coming in now with the Marines, just trying to put some pressure on, but I don't think he has enough here. There's 2 queens, there's quite a bit of lings, and, you know, Marines are good, but without stim, without medevacs, I don't think they're that good, right? So barracks will be coming in, just kind of getting some scouting information off. ELAZER are going to start pushing away at this, and here come those Marines looking to get on top of this, but ELAZER trying to get a little bit of a surround, or at least try to open this up and not take so much damage. But one of the queens already at about half health at this point. Marines gonna focus it down. We'll get 1 queen. A couple of Marines will fall to the lings, but ELAZER gonna have to back up. No, not looking good. Behind this, the starport now done for MARU. He is going into Hellions, which will allow him to, you know, put on some more pressure, but will be enough here. Hatchery will go down for ELAZER as well behind this. Just going to be going into that 3 barracks play. All right. And there we go. Hellions going to be making their way across the map now. Looking to put on some pressure, and this is going to be really nice. I mean, there are some links, but there's not a whole big account, right? ELAZER just took a 3rd base. He's going into Overlords. He's got speed on the way. You know, he kind of had to delay a lot of drones just to kind of defend this, right? MARU going to pick up a few of those Hellions, going to go straight into the main with this. And it does look like he's going to continue on with the pressure, but Queen's already there, Ling's already there. And with speed done now, he should be more than okay. He's going to continue to put some pressure onto this. Armory is about finished, and once the armory finishes, he's going to be able to morph these into Hellbats. He does have Banshees on the way with Cloak. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Ling's trying to get us around here. We'll be able to pick off 3 Hellions, and that is a huge pickup here for ELAZER. Marine's going to go ahead and drop back down. Now the armory is finished, so he can morph those into Hellbats if he so chooses, but it looks like he's just going to hold out for the time being here, and we do actually have Lings going across the map now here in a nice attack, trying to put on some counter pressure. At the same time, a drop, looking to go into the main base to get some more damage. Now, the Banshee is there, as well as another Hellion. We'll be able to kill off a couple SCVs, but not getting the damage done. Hellions in the main, gonna get a lot of a lot of Zerglings. That's gonna be about it. He's gonna have to back up once again. And overall, MARU hasn't done that much damage. We look at the counts, yeah, he's ahead in how much he's killed off. But look at this, there's 5 queens here. There's a ton of Lings. He's delayed the drone count a little bit, but he's already going into a layer behind this. ELAZER gonna go for some more counter pressure as well. And the CC going to be going into a 3rd base, but I don't know if he's going to have enough here. Banshee going to start taking care of some of the creep tumors. Hellbats trying to push into this. The Queen's going to block off the ramp. We also have Bailings on the way now for ELAZER. The Bailings should finish up just in time. A couple of them do go down, but 3 are able to morph up, and will take care of a lot of those Hellbats. At the same time, a nice attack going on here at the main base. We'll be able to take care of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, so many SCVs going down here. ELAZER really doing some good multi-prong harass here, or at least some counter pressure. And now, the Queens are alive. Finally, an Overseer being made, realizing that the threat is still there for these Banshees. And finally, that Spore Crawler as well was able to be moved during that fight, just to kind of provide a little bit more extra security. And it looks like now the Banshee's wanting to get into the main, but already a few Queens there. A Spore Crawler in defense. I don't think he's going to have enough firepower here to deal with this. And ELAZER taking a 4th base behind this. Now, ELAZER going to continue to push on through this. At the same time, pushing across the map. It's not going to be enough. GG will be called, and ELAZER takes game number 1 here in this best of 5 series. Man, what a good play there. Definitely came down to that early scout. I think if ELAZER hadn't scouted that out, we would have seen maybe a different result there. But ELAZER showing that he is strong and able to counter. Let's see what happens here in game number 2, though. Right. There we go. Alright, guys. Without further ado, here in the top right-hand corner on Oxide, playing as the Blue Terran Pieces. Give it up. It is MARU. Down here in the bottom left, currently up 1-0. Can he keep it going? Give it up. It is ELAZER. Alright, so game number 2. Oxide, definitely a really good map. We've seen a lot of crazy plays on this. I don't know, would you consider this a Terran favorite map? I mean, there's so many different little rock choke points and stuff that you could put some tanks on, be able to fire from the side here. We'll see what MARU tends to do in this so far. Opening up at home, not going to go for the proxy this time. And ELAZER going for the hatch first play. Now, behind this, he should be going into a spawning pool. Should be pretty good. I'm excited to see what MARU does in game number 2. Does he play more standard? He's going to be going into a Marine first this time, stemming across the SCV, and then we will actually see him take an expansion behind this. But going with this Marine first, going to be interesting. He's going to allow him to get a factory a little bit sooner, and we'll be able to, go into some more Hellion pressure if he so desires, and continue to push through that. Now, the spawning pool is about finished here for ELAZER. He is sending down a drone. Alright. MARU sees the timing there of the hatchery. It's like, you know what? Not too much to worry about here. We'll go ahead and go home, continue building what we need to. And for the time being, just going to relax. He's only got one Marine at the time. Has the factory plate. And is just trying to keep everything out. Now behind this, ELAZER going to be going into a roach war and wants to put on some pressure now. Says, you know what? You were doing some double proxies on me. Now it's time to return the favor here. I don't know if MARU's going to have enough here. He's going into the factory. He's going to have Hellions. Hellions aren't that good against roaches. Yeah, they're mobile, but they don't deal a whole lot of damage. He's going to go into a starport behind this as well. Oh, MARU. MARU, you're in a lot of trouble here. CC does finish up, and behind this, it is just going to be the Lynx. Roach Warren about finished up. And should see a lot of this kind of pop out. Overlord's going to be in position, and now roaches are on the way. So far, 2 roaches are here. 5 roaches, 9 roaches. Oh no. Oh no. 10 roaches altogether will be coming out here for ELAZER, and this is going to be deadly. Going into some more depots. He doesn't have a tech lab on the barracks. What is going on here? He's not even building anything from the starport yet. Just now going to throw down a tech lab as he sends across. Yeah, he sends across the Hellion. He sees the roaches. He knows what's up. He's going to return home with the Hellions. Not looking to put on any pressure. He needs to defend. Instantly going to throw down a bunker. He's only got a couple of Marines here. And throwing a couple of more Hellions. Now he does have a Banshee on the way, and that's going to provide him a lot of extra kind of protection here. But is it going to be enough? Ravager's being morphed in. He's only making 1 Ravager, though. Does he make more here? He needs at least 4, especially if there were to be tanks. But looks like he's just going to go full-on Roach. Now the Hellions are going to go across. They're not going to see this in time. And the Roach is going to go into the natural. He's already kind of evacuated everything. Going to lift up the CC if needed. And the Marines now in the bunker. Going to be okay. He's trying to hold on as long as possible. He just needs to delay it long enough for the starport to finish up. Here come the Hellions. Going to start roasting a couple of drones. Gets about 6 or 7 drones here. Oh no, those Hellions still in process. Going to go ahead and go in here, but at the same time, the Roaches in the natural. Going to continue to press on into this. The Banshee, though, going to be cleaning up a lot of it. These Hellions still dealing damage. 10 drones have gone down. Eventually, this is going to get cleaned up here, but has the damage been done? I don't think so. His Ravager focusing more on the bunker and stuff. He does see the fusion core here as well. It does eventually get cleaned up, as well as the Hellion back at home. 9 drones, or excuse me, 9 SCVs, 211. And behind this, a battle cruiser is on the way. This is so genius. He realizes ELAZER has put so much into this attack that, you know what, he's not going to have the anti-air. He's not going to have the defense. We do see the hatchery morphing into a lair at this point, but it's not going to be done in time. The battle cruiser already almost finished, and what does he have for anti-air? He's only got a queen. He's got 2 queens maybe. Here comes some more. Oh, this is bad. More Hellions going to come in here. Going to roast up some more drones. He does get a couple of more, not too much more. Looks like he's going to get about 4 more drones for it. 5. And a lot of these drones are going to be actually kind of taken care of. And now, here comes the warp in, the battle cruiser. Going to get right on top of this, focusing down the queen. We do have 2 more queens on the way, but are they going to have enough here? The sport crawler trying to be made in the main base right underneath the battle cruiser, but it's not going to be enough as all of the queens start falling down. GG will be called. And we see MARU tying things up now here in game number 2. Alright, let's see game number 3. If MARU can somehow make a comeback here. Man, I'm kind of worried for him, you know? There we go. Let's get into it. Alright guys, without further ado, here in the top right hand corner of the map, on Pillars of Gold, give it up for the Blue Terran, it is MARU. And in the bottom left, in the red, playing as the Zerg pieces, give it up, it is ELAZER. Alrighty, game number 3 tied up here in the series. Both players have kind of actually, you know, cheesed each other, proxied each other. Will they continue that trend? Or will they actually play more of a standard game? I'm interested to find out. We see MARU building into the main base, just getting that single racks into refinery. It's looking to be pretty standard. And again, ELAZER going into that hatch first, and it's possibly full. All right. So, game number 1, we see ELAZER defending a cheese very, very well. Game 2, ELAZER tries to throw some of his own medicine, gets some damage done, does a really good job, but that Hellion scout was so crucial. And it's really came down to this whole series is, if you can scout, if you can get the things done that need to be done, you find yourself in a really good position to hold off the cheese. Was able to get the Banshee just in time to really hold that off, and I think the Banshee was the breadwinner there. CC will come out now for MARU. ELAZER on the other side, just getting his normal stuff, getting drones, just trying to build up and really start seeing what tech path he wants to go down. And it's been interesting. We've seen that ELAZER can go toe-to-toe here with MARU. I'm excited to see, kind of what ends up happening. Double Queens coming out now for ELAZER. Pretty standard stuff, and we do actually have that drone coming out now for ELAZER to go into a third base. A little early, but a lot of Zergs have been going for a really quick third base. I think it's very crucial. MARU going to be coming in with a Reaper this time, looking to put some pressure on. Does get some damage done to a drone. A couple of Lings. Gets one kill. Does he get a second? Oh man, good plays there. And we will see him actually be able to get out with just 3 health. One more shot and he would have been dead. Behind this, MARU taking his own third base and going into a factory. Going to be going into those Hellions once again. Now the Reaper is going to scout that there is that third base.
Complete.
And we'll continue to, try to push into this, right? Doesn't want to overextend, but he wants to keep tabs on everything. Try to keep ELAZER in somewhat of a defensive position. And to make sure, if he tries to send any Lings or anything across, he's more than prepared. ELAZER going to start, MARU going to be starting up those Hellions. Behind this, the CC about finished for his third base, and finally that starport is about halfway done to start putting in the pressure. Now, Ling speed is just now completed, and I don't think he really has that many Lings. He's got a Ling at this point. As MARU continuing to put pressure into the main here with this Reaper. Reaper getting a lot of damage done. He's only got 2 kills, which were those Lings. Or actually, he's got 3 now. Excuse me. But it's still been those Lings. And a lot of these drones starting to get low, forcing out a lot of actually minerals coming out from ELAZER. Does eventually take care of the Reaper, and now Hellions making their way across the map for MARU. ELAZER finally getting that creep spread going. He's got the Queens ready in the front, and I don't think he's gonna get too much done here. I mean, he might be able to get a drone, but we'll have to see kind of what he does here. Queen's in a very nice position. Evo Chamber is on the way. And MARU actually not even going to poke in. He's just going to continue to kind of roam around, see what's going on. Keeping a few units at home just in case a Ling run by were to happen. And then we go going up to 6-8 now of the Hellions. That's quite a bit of Hellions. He's even got a Banshee on the way. Could we have seen another attack kind of like the previous game? MARU going to be coming into the third base now with his Hellions. Does get a kill on a drone. But with the Queens there, with the Lings there, able to push this back. And MARU really hasn't done that much damage. I mean, he's lost a single Reaper for, Lings for a drone. But he hasn't kept the pressure up, right? It's 53 workers to 42 at this point. And ELAZER really hasn't had to make army units. He's been able to just make drones at this point. Fourth base for ELAZER going to be coming down, as well as the third base finally landing for MARU. Cloak finishes up as double Banshees, making their way across the map to get some damage done. Stim about halfway finished now for MARU as well. And here we go. 8 Hellions going to attack down here onto the third base. At the same time, Banshees flying across the map as this does get pushed back. And yeah, I mean, MARU, even though he has done quite a bit of damage, or excuse me, he has all these Hellions, he hasn't done that much damage. He's been poking a little bit here or there, but he hasn't done anything. Really just allowed ELAZER to continue to push into this. Bailings are on the way now as the Banshees trying to get some more damage done, but there's no detection here. There's no detection except for the Spore Crawler in the natural. That's not going to help him out now. Trying to get on top of the Bailing Nest as well now at this point. And MARU just going back with the Hellions still. The Banshees just being a nuisance at this point. Trying to get whatever damage they can. Cloak is about finished, or at least empty energy for these. And the Overseer will come through. MARU loses one Banshee, still makes it out with another one. So that's really good for him. He will be able to continue the pressure. 7 drones though. Through that whole attack, we're able to go down, and behind this, an armory. Additional barracks coming through, and now MARU going into tanks. He's got Marines. He's starting to get medevacs here. And we'll be able to start pushing across the map. MARU, with that Banshee, just looking for any damage that he can, whatever is possible. And we see ELAZER scouting that this is coming across the map. Getting a couple of spreads, but oh no! A nice wraparound here from ELAZER. The Bailing's going to crash in, but they don't even have to make the connections. The Ling's able to get the beautiful surround, and now MARU starting to push into this. But ELAZER has a little bit of a counterattack going on. And Bill going to be pushing across the map at the same time. We do have MARU doing some tank damage and some Marines trying to push into this. But a lot of damage is getting taken care of. Link's going to be returning back home. +1 is now done here for MARU as he pushes into this. ELAZER having to back up and try to get a surround here. Does actually get pushed away though. And MARU starting this parade push, trying to go across the map. But, 10 Bailings on the way. MARU trying to go into the main to get some more damage done. This is going to be forced back once again. And here come the Bailings waddling forward. There's nothing here to defend except for a Marine and a medevac. Medevacs don't attack. Oh no. MARU, what are you doing? Oh, 19 SCVs do go down. MARU still pushing in here though. Still trying to push forward. Does get a few Overlords and able to kill off a couple of Queens as he throws down another tank. But these Lings getting a beautiful surround once again. Gonna get right on top of this tank as MARU is forced to pick up. He's gonna try to go into the main once again. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. There are more Bailings now being morphed in, going across the map. Lings giving chase to a few Marines. Again, there's a tank here, but he's not going to be able to get too much damage on. Gets a bunch of fresh mules and some more units here. And this orbital is starting to burn. The Link's going to get into the natural, going to get into the main. +2 carapace almost finished as well. And MARU's starting to take a lot of damage here. 10 SCVs have fallen. Looks like this will eventually get cleaned up. But ELAZER finding the damage, and more Lings starting to make their way across the map. This is not good. There is a tank hiding behind the factory, but the Ling's going to be able to surround against us. The SCVs going to start falling here once again. Oh, the Bailings, though. They're going to crash in once again. 25 SCVs. Oh, so many connections here. Able to kill off another 30 SCVs altogether. And MARU in a lot of trouble here. Again, going into the main. There is a mine, but it's not even burrowing. Finally gets cleaned up here. As more Bailings starting to get morphed in. Queens trying to get through. More Lings on the way. And behind this, we have the Hydralisk Den. They're going to be going into that Lingbane Hydra. 8 Hydras on the way. MARU in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a whole lot of income right now. He is starting to build it up, and he does have a lot of mules, dropping them all in there onto the third base here. But again, more Lings coming across, getting into Bailings. Can he continue to get these connections? Oh man, This is just not looking good right now here for MARU. Fourth CC on the way, but Ling's going to be going back into the main, putting the focus here of MARU. As he starts working on this, he's going to be able to pick off a few Marines here and a little bit of pressure as MARU trying to go down to the third base, does not get a whole lot of damage and will have to eventually kind of force himself back. He does have Hydras though, so that's going to be really good for him. And here comes some more Banelings. There's nothing here. He doesn't have any tanks. Okay. He's going to go in. Doesn't get the connections he's looking for, and the Widowmine going to be able to take care of that. But now MARU all over the place. Going to be going over to the fourth base. Does get hit with a bunch of Banelings, but able to get the base nonetheless. And we actually see him pull back. He's going to be getting some more drops coming through, and now with the Hydras, with the Lings, going to be giving chase to the Medivacs, gets off Medivac full of units, and here come the Lings once again into the third base, all over the place. MARU not able to hold on here as the ELAZER starts pulling ahead. He was supply blocked, but he has gotten that taken care of, and now going for the throw here of MARU as he goes towards his fourth base, goes into the third base, gets a beautiful split there against the mines. And now, there is just not a whole lot here. The Overseer going to come in to take care of it. GG will be called. And we see MARU taking game, or excuse me, ELAZER taking game number 3 here. In beautiful fashion. GG's. What a game. MARU, or excuse me, ELAZER making the comeback there to get the lead here. He's one game away from winning this. Could he beat MARU? I definitely think it's possible. He's playing a really good game, having some really good, run bys and just eliminating the economy here of MARU. Let's get into game number 3, or excuse me, game number 4, and let's see if ELAZER can finish this out, man. There we go. All right, guys. Without further ado, here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, give it up for MARU. And the top right, or excuse me, the top left, this one right here, the red Zerg player, it is ELAZER. Alright, so Romanticide, definitely a very small map. I think a good map for Zerg, just because you're able to get your creep spread all over the place. You're able to put the pressure on. But it's also a really good map for Terran. I mean, you've got these minerals you can kind of sit behind with tanks. You've got all of these different ledge points. You've got all of these different angles that you can really exploit with some good tank position and, even some mines if you can kind of bait the army into it. Now, we'll see if he can continue that here. ELAZER are going to be going into that hatch first, into pool. MARU doing his standard kind of 1 racks expand. Should be sending the SCV across. That'll be really good. Alright. Overlord gonna scout the SCV going across the map. And right now, not a whole lot going on, to be honest. I mean, he is kind of pushing into this. But other than that, he hasn't really done a whole lot just yet. Of course, it is early game. But SCV will at least scout that there is indeed hatchery there. Where do we go from here? Again, he's going to be going into this Marine first play, getting that early factory, and then getting the depot. ELAZER, though, going to be taking a third base and actually taking it here pretty close. And I think this is such a good decision. So many Terrans like to exploit these minerals right here that trying to take your third base is just so hard to keep it right here as Zerg. So I like it very much down here. Kind of opens it up a little bit. I mean, you're still kind of prone to these little rock areas right here, but at least you can get around in these little choke areas and deal damage, right? Again, with this map, Romanticide, we look, there are these really tight bridges, which, if you take an engagement as a Zerg there, is not going to be good, especially if he's got tanks on the other side. So we'll see what ends up happening. It is going to be Marines with a single Hellion coming out. as the starport is about finished up at this point. We could be seeing a nice little attack coming out here from MARU. Queen's going to be coming in down. I like it. I mean, is he going to do another kind of like Hellbat with Marines push here? I mean, I could definitely see it, but we'll see if that actually happens. Overlord will actually see the Hellions moving across the map now. Link's trying to bust down the rocks, open up a little bit more pathways. So it's not a bad choke point, but we'll see here. 3 Queens are in position, going to be able to push the Hellions back. We should be more than okay. Lings are making their way across the map, kind of checking for proxies, but also looking for opportunities. And now the Marines making their way across the map. Yeah, looking to do a drop into the main base. Lings are going to get in, but get immediately pushed back because of those Hellions. And here it comes. Laser does actually see now the medevac drop coming in. The Marine's going to be focusing down the Overlord. It does give time, though, here for Laser to actually build his units back. And he also has a Queen in position. MARU, are you going to be able to get anything done here? He isn't. He's going to force the pickup and to move back. At the same time, though, Liberator making its way across the map, looking to get some pressure done, looking to continue this kind of multi-prong harass that MARU is just so good at. But already, Spore Crawler's coming down, making sure that, you know what, he has protection all over the place. Link's going to be coming over, just trying to get some scouting off. Does actually see the drop coming once again, and immediately the Link's going to be pulled back to try to deal with this. Same time, there is a Liberator here into the natural, but with the Spore Crawler and with the Queen getting in position, we'll be able to shut that down pretty easily. And for what it's worth, MARU not getting that much damage done. I mean, he's been able to kill a drone, he's been able to kill a couple of Overlords, which has been nice. Even using this Liberator to try to at least push the Overlords back, if not get a kill. Doesn't look like he will be able to, though. But really, his multi-prong is just so good. Just really keeping that pressure on him. We already see a Roach Warren coming down now for a Laser. He's going into a lair, so we'll be able to get Roach speed if he wants to. And maybe go for some kind of counterplay with it. Stimpack finish up. And MARU finally taking his 3rd base. The Ling, though, will he be there in time? He's looking to get underneath. Hellion's going to be there. He does try to drop down, but with the Hellions, not going to get too much done. Again, another drop trying to come over, but a Laser just being so prepared for these attacks. As he takes his own 4th base behind this now. MARU going to be going into mines and looking to do another drop here. Looks like he might try to push in with this little army onto this 4th base, but does he know? Okay, yeah, he knows about that bottom base. The Link's looking to do a nice surround. Unfortunately, medevacs can only drop 1 at a time, so he will be able to clear that up pretty easily here, as MARU does end up dropping finally the rest of his units. Going across to attack. +1 carapace is almost done, though, and for ELAZER, he's already got the defense in the main, prepared for this. Mine's going to be going down. And does he get the cancel? Oh, beautiful mine hits on top of those roaches. Does actually get the kill. Beautiful play here from MARU as the roaches trying to defend against this. But I think MARU might have just a little too much here as he starts stemming forward to pressure onto this. Oh no. Oh no. All the roaches coming in, streaming in one by one, but now with reinforcements, with those Lings, with the Queens, pushes this away. But the damage has been done. Finally, Laser able to get that base back up and running behind this. A 4th base being made for MARU as he is continuing to, you know, keep this prepared, as well as he's been putting on this pressure and again these multi-prong harasses, but it looks like Laser is ready to attack. He's going to go down here to the bottom and do another push. At the same time, MARU coming across the map with a pretty good sizable army and start pushing into this 3rd base. And there's nothing here. except for a couple of Hellions. They're not going to do that good against Roaches. Roach is going to start pushing into this third base, killing off as many SCVs as possible. But now a tank has entered the battlefield, going to be sieging up in the back. Oh man, this is just not good. Of course, the Biles will rain from the sky, gets 9 kills, and it's just a stream of red going across the map now for the Zerg. With that tank, it's just so hard to pressure into this. He's going to make a couple of more Ravagers to be able to shoot down those tanks. Nice scan, does see where this army is at, and it looks like the Marine's going to try to get on top of it, at least push it back. The tank, so in a really good position and a really tight choke point. And that's one of the things we were talking about here on Romanticide is there's so many tight choke points that, you know, you're going to ball up. Tanks are just going to be so good because of their splash damage. MARU is going to go across the map now with a couple of medevacs full units while still being able to defend. Oh, beautiful grenade there. And we'll actually get the block. I don't understand why MARU decided to take this base up here. Maybe because of the gas, but with the tanks there and in this position, I don't think ELAZER is going to get too much done. MARU goes across up to the 4th base as he takes a 5th base behind this. Excuse me, ELAZER does. And yeah, MARU's just not able to get the damage done. But he does actually pull back a few units, force a few units back. And ELAZER now has to defend at the same time, trying to attack into this. The bad thing, though, a lot of ELAZER's units are getting pretty low. He might be able to put some pressure onto this. I don't know if he gets a cancel on this or not. He does force a pickup, and is now not allowing MARU to actually mine from this or to even get it set up at this point. And MARU still has some units across the map, but he is not doing anything with them. And oh no. The CC burning. Getting very, very close to actually burning down. There is an SCV trying to heal it up. Oh no, ELAZER just taking some pot shots, unfortunately. At the same time, MARU trying to attack across. A nice surround going to be happening here on the side of MARU's Marines. Does actually get the 4th base, and we see ELAZER pulling back. MARU is now supply blocked, but ELAZER not supply blocked. So many overlords. Loses 3 of them there, though. But now, MARU is starting to give chase against ELAZER. ELAZER just not getting this 5th base set up as he takes another base behind this. But MARU, with all of these tanks, with all of these Marines, starting to push down here to this bottom base. We'll actually see this base is here, and now we'll start pushing into it. There are quite a bit of bailings. Bailing speed just not finishing up. +3 just now starting for MARU. And we actually see the adrenaline glands coming through. Beautiful corruption there. The corrupted bile there. Gets a lot of the medevacs, a lot of the healing support, and I think a tank there for just a few vials. And now this is that choke point we were talking about that's so hard to attack through. You know, Lings and stuff just cannot go across here with the tanks in such a good position like this. And now we start seeing MARU pushing across this, but there are Lings making their way across this time. The depots are going to be up, so not going to be able to get too much done. Looks like MARU does want to actually try to help defend against this. Pushing it across a little bit. There we go. Now, Ultras are on the way. A few Vipers just now popped here for ELAZER behind all of this. And those Vipers could play a very crucial role, especially with chitinous plating almost done for the Ultras. And here come the Bailings. Going to get in, going to be able to take care of a tank and a few Marines. Doesn't get the best connections, though. But really, it's just a waiting game, trying to get these Ultras out. The Ultras are about to pop. He has 4 on the way here. And he's trying to get in position. It looks like he might lose this top base once again. And we'll see ELAZER having to pull back, having to allow a little bit of creep coming through just to get the get everything set up. And now waiting for that unsiege, gets the Lings on top of a lot of those tanks, gets them down. Blinding Cloud's going to go down on the rest of the tanks, and Parasite going to go down as well. Or Parasitic Bomb, excuse me. I always get those mixed up. But we do have the tanks coming through here once again, it gets the corrosive bile on it. One tank does survive, but there's just too many Marauders, too many Marines here for the turret as he starts pushing this back. And now Laser doesn't have the money to really just keep producing this. He is going to make another base behind this, and he is continuing to try to build Ultras. He's continuing to try to build more and more Banelings, but at this point, it gets very hard to defend against this. Banelings will actually see MARU coming across with a few of his own medevacs full of units, and now the Ultras coming over here as well. Kind of by themselves though, so that's very, very scary. I don't understand why they're by themselves, but they are roaming at this point. No scan sees that there's not the space taken, and he's going to go back up once again. I mean, he's going to be able to get a lot of damage done here. Potentially does get the base, picks up, and moves out as the army of ELAZER does finally catch up. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a whole lot of, anti-air here. He's only got the Queens that can really shoot up. Yeah, he has Parasitic Bomb, which is nice. And he is going to go into some Infestors, which will help with this army, getting some Fungals and stuff. But he doesn't have any Hydras, he doesn't have any Corruptors, so these drops that MARU is doing just gonna get a lot more damage done than they should. Nice surround, but again, that pickup, moving around, it's just Ultras and Lings trying to defend against us, so MARU can literally just pick up, move, do a little bit of attacking, pick up, move, and ELAZER is basically defenseless at this point. I mean, he's doing a good job holding this off so far. He reset the tank count, so that's really good for him. But at this point, MARU is making like 3 tanks at a time. He's able to build that up pretty quickly. He's already back up to 8 tanks. He's got 22 Marauders and 38 Marines. He is just looking very, very solid. ELAZER trying to clear up some rocks, trying to clear up some pathways, but here comes another drop into the main base at the same time as this bottom base gets taken out. 9 drones do go down, and we see MARU going back into an attack. He's going to go down here to this 5th base once again. We'll be able to kill off quite a bit more drones, getting up to a total of 16. And Marauder still going to be trying to take care of that single one. And MARU putting himself in a defensive position. He's finally able to get this base down, and we see him going into more and more command centers. Going to start being able to have more of a defense, but also allow him to just deal damage. One of the medevacs very, very low. Does get the gas, which is going to be nice, especially playing against that Ultra count. One of the medevacs will go down. Another drop going down as well. The Ultra is trying to come in here across, Blinding Cloud's going to go down on a lot of the tanks. We'll be able to clear that up, but unfortunately just not going to have enough here. And the ELAZER going to tap out as we have MARU tying things up in game number 4. Alright. What a game. Let's get into game number 5. The final game of the series is going to be on Death Aura. And let's see who takes this, man. This has been back and forth this whole series. Let's see what happens. Let's get it going. Alright. Without further ado, here on a Death Aura, in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as the Blue Terran Pieces from Team Envy, it is MARU. And in the top left, in the red, this is our player from Ego Esports. Give it up. It is ELAZER. Alright, so the final game of the series. Do we see some cheese? So far, the answer is no. Both players know that they can go toe-to-toe with each other. MARU showing some strong plays there. I think definitely could be going into the same style if he wanted to. But we will see. Hatchery going to be coming down for ELAZER, and pretty standard stuff. Now, MARU was doing a really good job there of doing these multi-prong harasses, of really just kind of attacking everywhere and forcing ELAZER to not just be able to attack across the map, but have to be able to defend these drops as well. Something that MARU is just so good at doing. Let's see if he can keep that up. ELAZER shows that, you know, he can keep up. The biggest downfall, again, from the previous match, that ELAZER didn't make a whole lot of anti-air. What did he really have? He had Vipers, which can do Parasitic Bomb, which is alright against, like, medevacs. But they have to be there. And they can't just be by themselves to defend. They have to be attacking tanks, usually. He had some Queens, which Queens are good, but again, most of his Queens were out trying to spread creep. He had like a Queen at each base. And then late game, he had Infestors. Well, Infestors are alright. They can do, you know, Fungals. But that's about it. A lot of the units that he had that could attack are not good defending units, right? So, what takeaways should ELAZER do from the previous game? I think, you know, he needs to make more attacking units. He did really good with the Hydras. I think it really shut down MARU's play. And then he was just kind of able to overcome. So, again, we see MARU going for this Marine first, getting the factory play, and then going to be going into, you know, eventually, does he go into double factory? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he's just going to go into a single Hellion, double Marine, so very similar to the previous game. And we see ELAZER going across the map, just looking, scouting, seeing where everything is at, making sure that there's no proxies, nothing crazy going on. And behind this, he takes his own third base. Now, I love this from ELAZER, you know. I love going for that the extra base, and then just continuing to be able to produce units from it. So with that third base, you're able to get more lings, able to get more drones, build up to your account that you need, and you're able to get more Queens. And especially in a meta that we had of battle cruisers, and MARU already showing this series that he could use battle cruisers. Even though I think it was just kind of a response to what ELAZER had done, I think it's definitely a good thing, you know. Be able to have the Queens, be able to have the extra income if needed. And for the most part, MARU hasn't played that aggressive in the beginning. Like, he has the Hellions, and he does like a little bit of poking maybe, but he doesn't really attack, right? He just kind of sits there, puts on this like fake pressure, and then he goes across and does whatever, you know. And it looks like once again MARU gonna try that same kind of hat trick of sending across the Marines, sending, you know, a Liberator across the map, as it is about halfway done. But he really didn't get anything done with it last time. Does he get anything done this time? ELAZER will see this coming. And it looks like he's just going to try to put some pressure onto the Overlord. That's going to be it. Does supply block ELAZER, which is nice. Looking to go into the main, but again, ELAZER already knows this is here. He already knows it's coming. He's already got more Queens coming out. He's got a Bailey Nest on the way, and he will be able to defend this. I mean, he's got the Lings in place for a wraparound. He's got the Queen. Does lose a Queen, which is not good at all. But now, you know, damages a lot of those Marines. Will force the energy out for the medevac, and now we have MARU coming in with the Liberator. But look at this. He's got 4 Queens here already in position. He's going to be able to shut this down pretty hard. Doesn't even get any kills. Okay, he gets one drone. That's going to be about it. At the same time, MARU trying to attack down here onto the natural. And again, already trying to do these multi-prong harasses. But ELAZER just so on top of things right now. Not buying what MARU is selling, and now MARU just trying to find damage where he can with these Marines. And, you know, getting those Overlords, getting Creep Tumors, more than okay. Third CC is done. And behind this, we have a Roach Warden on the way, already going up to a lair. And yeah, I mean, 4th base already on the way for ELAZER. He's just continuing to creep spread. He's continuing to just play defensive. And I mean, that's all he's been able to really do. MARU is always just in the face here of ELAZER. It's really interesting. MARU going to be going across the map now with some more units. Actually stops to get an Overlord. will go back across finally. Now there is a counterattack coming on the way here. There's nothing to defend on this third base. Does have a couple of Hellions and now some Marines that will be able to help and push this back. Does delay the mining time and it actually delays a lot of those mules, which is really nice. Now, big pressure coming across to the third base here, or fourth base, excuse me. I mean, ELAZER just going to be able to defend this pretty well off. He's got roaches now. He's got lings. Everything that you would need to defend against this. +1 now complete. Combat shield's about 5 seconds away from finishing up, but by the time it hits, it will be more than okay. And, oh no, ELAZER's units going across the map at the same time. Doesn't have anything at home to protect except for a couple of roaches and a couple of queens. Not going to be a whole lot here. As MARU looking to put some pressure on. We'll be able to kill off a few units, but we'll eventually be backed up at the same time. ELAZER coming down here at the bottom. There's not a whole lot of defense. There's no tanks. There's nothing here. And it looks like the Bailing's going to start waddling across. The roaches in the back doing a lot of damage. Trying to get on top of some of these depots, but the Bailing's going to open this up, and now the floodgates are open. As ELAZER starting to push in here. There's 33 SCVs on this single... Okay, so he loses all of the Bailings, unfortunately, to those. Does still have quite a bit of roaches here, but already killing off 12 SCVs, more lings flooding across the map. Is this ELAZER's time here? Does get cleaned up, and now with the tank out, with more of the Marines and stuff, I don't think so. I think it might be held off here, but this is still a very scary army. The roaches trying to get back, as well as the lings. It looks like MARU gonna hold this off, but he is supply blocked pretty good right now. 106 to 93. There we go. Finally, the SCVs will be able to move across to the third base, and he should be more than okay. There's still quite a bit of lings over here for a little bit of a run by, but with the tanks and stuff in position, he shouldn't get too much done. Roaches returning back home behind this infestation pit on the way. Gonna be able to go up to that hive tech, bailing speed, and +2 on the way as well. And now MARU gonna start doing these little pushes. He's gonna start doing these multi-prong harasses. There's another base coming out here from ELAZER, so he will be set as far as income goes. But MARU, with this pressure, going to continue to push in. He's gonna continue to deal damage. Lings do get in and get a cancel on that fourth base. But with the tanks, again, in position, not able to get any more damage done. The Lings and Roaches going to have to defend once more. And yeah, I mean, bailing speed about 5 seconds from finishing, but not going to get really any connections. Another drop going to be coming as well. Some of the medevacs are getting pretty low, though, so he needs to watch that. It's going to get scouted, though, from ELAZER. Automatically just going to start chasing after this, making sure, hey, I want to know where you're going to drop from. Make sure you understand what is going on. And again, just keeps denying this fifth base from ELAZER, which has just been so crucial here for MARU, as he's getting his own fourth base, you know, kind of delayed there. MARU finally can be moving back, and again, we have the situation where ELAZER just going into Ling Bane. He's very comfortable in Ling Bane. He's really good in Ling Bane, but he doesn't really have that much anti-air. He now has Infestors, which is really nice, but again, these drops just going to continue to push in here. He's only got a queen to defend, and yeah, I mean, does get a couple of good hits with the Bailings, but that's going to be about it. It's another attack up here. It does get finally kind of cleared up. As another attack moves across for MARU, and now ELAZER having to play very, very defensive. He does actually have a lane here, which is nice. He's kind of delayed this, or will delay it. 7 drones though. Oh, he moves the mines over there. Oh man. And now MARU starting to push back the creep once again. And we just see him really kind of forcing ELAZER to split up his army. And, I mean, this has just been so crucial. Here comes another drop. Lings, oh Oh, beautiful fungal. Takes out all of this army up here except for the medevacs, but another huge army will follow up behind it as ELAZER continues to try to push this back, continues to try to expand. The drop in the main will happen once again as the Viper's trying to heal up. Hive Tech is here, and Chitinous Plating is on the way with that Ultimus Cavern. But it's just mainly Marauders. Oh, more mines coming through. We'll be able to be taken out. Fifth base going to be coming down as well. Gets taken out. And these mines going to be able to get not that much damage, actually. Misses the infestation there. The fungal. And yeah, again, this is that situation. Finally, he's able to take out a medevac, but he loses the queen for it. He does not have any anti-air, so I mean, ELAZER's slowly just starting to kind of crumble at this point. He's doing a good job defending. He's really been putting on the pressure, but he hasn't been able to go across and attack at this point. Gets a couple of medevacs. Now the ultras are out trying to help defend against us, but he has no energy for fungals. He's not able to get anything done, and now MARU is starting to push himself forward through victory at the same time, attacking into the main, able to kill off 13 drones. GG will be called. And MARU going to take the series there in an amazing back and forth battle. It was just awesome to see that.